Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming up today. My old subscribers, thank you. And to those that are viewing for the first time or that have not subscribed, please click on the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. And to my new subscribers, thank you for subscribing. Please don't forget to hit on the like button. There is an update about the Nigerian lady who went for an interview but never returned. And her name is Hindi Umorin. She went missing after she left her home for a job interview. Right now, this lady has been found. Unfortunately, what was seen was just her corpse. She is dead. And according to her friend, that's Umo Udwak, she was invited for an interview to an undisclosed location along Airport Road. And this is happening in Akwa Ibom State, Nigeria. To be precise, Uyo, that's the capital of Akwa Ibom. And on Thursday, she said that about 2 hours later, she reportedly received a frantic phone call from her friend Hindi. She was heard screaming before the call was abruptly ended. That is, she heard her voice, but her friend was screaming in the background. And while her friend was screaming in the background, suddenly the call just ended, and that her phone line has been switched off ever since then. Her friend came up to make this particular complaint because she was worried she had not seen her friend. And all of a sudden, the next thing is she heard her friend screaming, and she had raised an alarm over the alleged disappearance of her friend, Inyobong Umoren. That is her native name, Inyobong. That's Hindi, the same lady who went for an interview. And according to her friend, who is Umo Udwak, that Inyobong was invited for an interview at an undisclosed location along the airport road in Uyo. This her friend that is now making that statement. That was Thursday. And the state capital, that is where she went for the interview. And about 2 hours later, she reportedly made a phone call to her friend. That is Inyobong, who went for the interview, called her friend on the phone. But to her greatest surprise, she just heard her friend screaming. And then, while she was screaming, she couldn't understand what was happening. Immediately, the phone cut off suddenly, and her phone lines were switched off after them because her friend kept on trying and trying, but all to no avail. So she now went on Twitter to start making all the messages to be viral so that people who either know anything about what is happening to her friend could come to their rescue. And that has been going on since that same Thursday, not up until yesterday. All they found was her corpse. And then her friend is giving that update this morning. Said that Hindi was raped, killed, and buried. This is a very sad story that has just happened. And this is what her friend had to say. They have finally killed me. Jesus Christ, I'm dead. They killed my friend and they buried my friend. She only went to look for a job. Jesus Christ, they raped and killed my friend. And this is what Udwak had to post on Twitter. It's really, really sad to see this happening to a young lady who just went for an interview. And if only she had even told her friend the exact location, probably at the time she heard her scream or when she waited 2 hours, she didn't see her friend back home, she would have alerted the cops so they would even go in search for her. But it's indicating here that her friend didn't even know the exact place she went for the interview. All she knows was just a job interview that Inyobong went for. It is so sad that this lady's life has ended just like that. And there was a similar event that happened. But to this other lady, her own life was spared. She went for a job interview, and the interviewer was requesting for something else from her. And when the lady refused to comply with his illicit request, he now hit her up, gave her serious injuries all over her face, and drove her away. But fortunately for this lady, she came out alive and she had to tell her own story. With all the injuries all over her face, everybody had to know what happened, and she was able to give the direction or the description of the place she went to. And look at this lady. Hers is so bad because no one knew the exact location of where she went for the interview. All she knew was that she just called her friend and she started screaming. It is really sad that her friend even got to hear her scream. That is where it's more painful. Knowing that your friend is in danger, but you don't even know how to help her. You don't even know where to go in search for her. And that is why in a situation like this, always good to let people know your whereabouts, no matter where you are going, no matter how much you want to make it a secret. Going somewhere shouldn't be a secret because of things like this or situations like this, so that when people wait around and they don't see you, they know where to find you. But this, her own case, was so difficult. No one would even know where to go in search for her. And it became worse after that call came in, hearing her screaming. Obviously, she was in great danger. But who would go to her rescue? Nobody. Not even her friend whom she called knew exactly where she was. Now you will now ask another question. Or does it mean that it wasn't a job interview? Or was she called by a stranger? And probably these are another speculations that will come up, because if you're going for a job interview, at least someone should know that, oh, there's an job interview going on in this particular place. I'm going there. It's only normal for someone to even know, at least one or two persons would have an idea. Oh, you're going for a job interview at social location, and this is the interview all about. Wish me luck. It's something that people do generally. I think going for an interview is not something of secret, is not something people should keep as a secret. It's something that people are happy over and they want to share their joy first of all, to tell you that they were called for an interview. Let them see if that will work for them. But in her own case, it was an undisclosed location, and that was what made it more difficult. And this would now raise different kind of questions. Or is it like the normal thing that has been happening to people, where you meet someone online, random person whom you don't know, and the person would invite you? So you wouldn't want people to now raise calls at you like, where are you going to meet someone you don't know before? So to avoid that, you may now say you're going for an interview, because she didn't disclose where she was going to. That is the major problem here. If only she did, I'm sure help would have come. As soon as the friend kept looking for her and didn't see her, already she would know where they can go in search for the lady. But her friend never told her, this is the precise location I am going to. This is another reason why people should be open to their fellow human beings, especially when you have a friend. An interview is a random thing that people go to. It's not a bad thing, and it shouldn't be hidden. And that is why I said a lot of questions will come up regarding where she actually went to. So right now, nobody can even say, because she is already dead. And they can't even access her phone to say, okay, let them even check phone calls that were made. It's going to be very difficult at the moment, except they want to go an extra mile to either go to the network service, where they can request if they can pull out her call logs. In that situation, then they can know who she was actually reaching. I think that is the only way right now. That is, if they want to go an extra mile to find out what really killed Inyobong. It's so painful that she has gone. This is a very young lady. And if really it was an interview she went to, it is sad that her life has gone all because she went for an interview. But now it's going to look like, was this really an interview? That would be the question. Because why didn't you say the exact place you were going to? At least your same friend whom you called, you would have told her this is where you are going for an interview. Is except you're going to places for something different that maybe you're not sure of how people will regard you, or you're not sure of what people would say to you, then you would now keep it to yourself so that no one will start making comments that you wouldn't like and telling you why you going there, you don't know this person. All of that would come up. Then you want to keep it away from people, and then you go there quietly, or you may just frame up something and say, I am going for this, without telling anybody where you're going to. And that is why this her movement has raised a lot of questions. Was this really an interview she went for, or did she go to meet some random person whom she just met online that has invited her? Because a lot of ladies have lost their lives through this means. Some people just meet guys, especially on Facebook, and the person would invite them over to wherever they are. And some ladies will just quickly go and meet that particular person whom they've never met before, just conversation online and all of that. And from there, some ladies went out and they never came back again. Some they eventually found their corpse. This would serve as a lesson. At the same time, it's really sad that she has passed away. Please, people should learn to disclose where they are going to. No matter where you are going to, it's always good to be opened. Why? Because if anything happens, anything goes wrong, people would know where to go in search for you. Because these days you cannot trust anybody. You may feel you're comfortable where you're going to, or this person would not harm you, but you can never tell the heart of a man. The heart of a man is very deceitful. You may have so much trust on someone, but unknown to you that the person has evil intentions. But by the time you've told someone this is where you're going to, and the person will wait 1, 2, 3 hours, expected that you should be back, and the person don't see you, they could raise alarm and say, this is where this person said she was going to, or he was going to. Let's go in search because I have not seen her. But this was very, very difficult. You can imagine that you want to look for someone, but you don't even know what direction to go to because the person didn't give you any precise location, not even the name of the street, nothing. So it was difficult for her to look for her friend. All she did was she had to go to Twitter, and she started posting on Twitter and letting people know that Inyobong is mixing. If anybody has seen or know her whereabouts, people should come up. Not until this morning now, Uduak, her friend, is now giving the update and saying that she has been found, that her friend was actually raped, killed, and buried. It's really sad. Another thing is, how did she get to find out? Although they didn't say how her friend eventually discovered her location or where she was buried, she didn't come out to say that. So the whole thing is looking very dicey. One, she claimed her friend called her and was screaming in the background, and she didn't know where her friend was. But right now, she's now saying that her friend was found and has been found dead and buried. So how did she locate her friend? She never said how she located her friend. Guys, can we analyze this whole thing? Isn't it looking dicey on the other hand? A friend claimed that her friend called her and was screaming at the background. And then all of a sudden her phones went off. And then today, this was happening on Thursday, and then today, she is now saying she has found her friend's corpse and the friend was buried and raped. How was she able to locate her friend if she said her friend didn't give her the location of where she went to? Or was she called on the phone by the perpetrators, the people that carried out this act? Who knows? Or another thing will be, is there something they are not telling us? Is there something her friend is not saying? Sometimes some people could be a party to something and they would not want to say it out because because they don't want to get arrested or they don't want to be held responsible. So they may now say things in a way that would suit them. But here you can't draw any conclusions. You would only be making your own speculations and trying to put one and two together, because there are a whole lot that may be picked out of what has really happened to the late Inyobong. If you want to look at this critically, you will start by her friend claimed she went for an interview. Secondly, she didn't know where she was going to. She went to an undisclosed location. Third, her friend called her on the phone and she just heard her screaming, and that was it, and her phone was switched off. This was on Thursday, and then she is now giving the report that her friend has been found, but found dead and buried, and also she was raped. The questions will be, really, when people are going for interview, they usually mention something. They would say something. Definitely, because you won't see anybody saying to going for an interview and it will keep short, or the person would not say where he or she is having that interview. It's really rare. One. And then secondly, if Uduak, her friend, claimed that she didn't know where her friend went to and she was unable to reach her because her phones were switched off, now how was she able to locate her corpse? With whose help was she able to do that? And how did she find the location? Not just that, and how did she find where she was buried? So these are the things that you would start raising questions about, It's looking somehow dicey. It's looking like there is something that the friend is not really saying. In situations like this, you would want to really go down deep to find out what really happened to this innocent lady. Well, I think the cops would know how to handle such situations so as to find out what really happened to the girl. But once again, it is really painful. However, she has passed away. It is so painful that this lady passed away like this. And if there is an update regarding her death and who was party to this particular killing of this innocent lady, definitely we'll get an update regarding that. It's so painful. Look at the parents who will be mourning their young daughter, all in the vein that she went for an interview. May the soul of Eneobong rest in perfect peace with the Lord, and may Almighty God console her entire family, friends, and every other person that actually knew her. It's such a pain that this lady was found dead. Once again, it's so sad. Please, if this is really what happened, that she didn't disclose where she went to, and then later they are finding her corpse and they're already finding her buried, please, it should be a lesson to a lot of people. If you're going somewhere, no matter what it is, even if you're ashamed to tell people that you met someone online and you're trying to go and meet that person, you're ashamed of what they will tell you, backlash that people will tell you. Instead, it's better you go with somebody if you really want to. But most times, people are discouraged from going to meet such persons. Someone you've not met before, you don't know who the person is, and the person would invite you over to their location or to where they are. Instead, if you really want to meet this person, give the person a location where people go generally, an open place, and tell some other persons that this is whom you're going to see and this is where you people would meet. It's better you give the location, a public location where you people will meet, not the person giving you a location, because some of those people have ulterior motives. You can never tell what someone is planning. And then as a result of that, rather than going to the person's location, please, it's better you give a location, a public place where people meet, and tell the person, instead the person should come there and meet you, and let some other persons know. Or you may go with somebody. Don't go alone, because by the time you may go with that person, you may even be lured by the person. Let's go together, let's go to this place, and you may follow the person, and that will be the end of you. People should please be very, very careful, because no one can really say exactly how this lady got to this location for the interview, how she was invited, what organization. Nothing of such was even disclosed. So that is why a lot of questions will be raised. What interview was this? Was this really an interview or something else that she went for and no one is saying that? Always let someone know where you are going to in case of situations like this. And it's even good you tell somebody, if you wait at this time, you don't see me, please raise an alarm and come for help. That is what people should do. These days, people do terrible things to their fellow human being. They don't care. So long as they've satisfied their own desire, they are okay, irrespective of what happens to the other person. And so, because of that, you can't really trust people, especially strangers or people you've not met before, or people you don't know, or people you just met randomly. This place, social media, has led a lot of people to their graves. And that is the reason why we need to be very careful whom you're going to see and where you are going to. And even for interviews, job interviews, there are some of them that are scam. They would invite you to places, but it's not real. All they want is to get something from you, harm you, and eventually they may kill you. So even for job interviews, be very sure that that place is real or that place exists. Some of these job locations, they don't exist. They are not real. They use that as a medium to lure people. It's really sad. Once again, may her soul rest in perfect peace. Guys, please, if you have anything to say, you can put that down at the comment section. Please don't forget to hit on the like button. Also subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. Friends, I'm here today to talk about how to start up a new YouTube channel. So for those that are looking to start up a new YouTube channel, probably you've been trying to figure out how to go about it, or you have been trying to see what it entails or what you need to start. That's why I'm here today, to give you the easy way for you to get this done. Not just the easy, but the best method, and also to give you or to talk about the best teacher who will give you all that is required for you to start up your own YouTube channel. This is a teacher. He is really successful with his YouTube, and he has been a teacher for so long now. Teacher is Matt Pa. He's going to give you a step-by-step method on how to start up your own YouTube channel. No stone unturned. Every step of the way, he's going to lead you through it. You have links that you can actually reach out to him and communicate with him directly. That's Matt Pa there. You can see the huge successes he has made in YouTube. You can see his silver, you can see the gold, you can also see his revenue that he's actually making on YouTube, which is very huge. He is going to give you a YouTube step-by-step tube mastery class, every step of the way, from the beginning of the opening of the channel to how you can start up and put up your videos. He is leaving no stone unturned, like I said. So for those that are seeking for how to start up their own YouTube channel, this is the easiest and the fastest way for you to have access to this particular teacher who is honest and straightforward, and you will enjoy every bit of the class, and you will have lots of gain. At the end of your class, you will have lots to hold on to and to start up your own YouTube channel. It's going to be like an ABC class, starting from the scratch. So please, for those of you that are interested in starting up your own YouTube channel, Matt Pa, he is the teacher, and you would have direct access to him. I'm dropping the link below. So please, you just click on that link and you will have access to Math Pass class. He is going to give you the whole content of YouTube and all that it takes for you to be successful in YouTube, and how to start YouTube from the scratch. Like I said, and I'm going to repeat, he's leaving no stone unturned. And it's so interesting that if you have any kind of complaint, no matter the time you have this complaint or you are confused about anything, you can communicate directly to him and he will give you a response as soon as he gets your question, or as soon as he gets your mail or anything you're trying to confirm from him. He is quick at responding and he will give you the right answers. And even if you go elsewhere to search, you find out that what he is saying is actually true. He wouldn't mislead you. So please, for those of you that want to start your own YouTube channel from the scratch and see how you can be successful on YouTube, please go to this link, click on the link below, so you'll have access to the teacher. That's the teacher there you can see and see his success. You can go through that and then you click on the link so that you can have direct access to MathPa himself. This teacher, you will enjoy and enjoy every bit of the classes that he's going to give to you. So friends, do not forget to click the link below so you have access to MathPa's Tube Mastery class, and he will give you the best teaching for YouTube you would really need to start your own channel. Friends, thank you for coming up today. Please, for those that have not subscribed, click on the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. Thank you once again, and God bless you all.